Hi listener, welcome back to Justice Warriors. This is episode 65. It's another readings episode, readings 13. And this time I'm reading a poem that I wrote, a relatively recent poem. And if you've been following the series, a surprisingly positive poem, so maybe a bit of a relief. This is a poem that recounts a spiritual experience that I had. A spiritual experience that I had after feeling a sense of my faith kind of falling apart around my ears. So I guess in some senses particularly special to me, and full of the kind of skepticism and doubt that has characterized my whole life and certainly characterizes this period of my life. So don't worry, it's not too happy clappy. But yeah, I think it's hardly even a poem. It's really just a kind of chatty description of a thing that happened. So let me read it and see whether I've got anything to say afterwards. It's called "It Was Always Me." I never really hear from God. I mean, I've had feelings sometimes. And to be absolutely clear, this was just a feeling too. But a surprisingly clear one, especially given how much I had detached from the idea that there even was a God. I was about to give a talk, just nipping back to my hotel room for a wire or something. The thing is, I basically had to replace my old God for a new one. The old one's perfect love was so narrow and hateful that it had crushed me to nothing. I was shopping for a new one who loved the actual me, and seeing whether I could find one, a God that is, who could be real and somehow drag the old one off my prone body. So, hurrying down the stark hotel backstairs, feeling sure someone was about to find me out, I heard a voice. Or at least I had a bit of a feeling. It was always me. It was always me. So this spiritual experience with this feeling that God was saying to me, it was always me. What that meant to me was through my years of struggling, not that they're over, but yeah, through the years of struggling with like a crushing sense of God's condemnation, even hatred for me, and trying to kind of live under that weight, or even welcoming that weight as part of what it means to be a Christian. I felt that God was saying to me through that whole time that the true loving God was with me. My experience of that maybe was, at least at some times, not what I feel is the authentic experience of God's love. But in particular, I felt that this voice was saying to me now in the present, you don't need to throw out your whole life, your whole self, in order to be now. I guess that you can integrate that experience and say that's part of me, and that there were glimpses of God in that experience. And I guess that more importantly, probably, that I just wasn't abandoned by God. Even in the times that I look back on now as being so wrong about God. It's really important to me. I'm realizing as I say this, that God hadn't abandoned me, that God was there with me through that. So maybe that connects with you. Maybe your faith has changed. We talked ages and ages ago with Keith on the podcast about being all of the people at once, even those old people who maybe you disagree with or reject. It's still you. Your past you is still you. And God cared about you through all of it. Whatever God is, surely that bit. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but for me, if God is anything, God is that love and that being with us, that Emmanuel. All right, I hope that was something, and we'll be back soon. See you soon.